Hello,
Hi,
good evening, welcome. My name's Barry,
MJ.
and together we are Mitosu Crafts.
Thank you for joining us. If you are new to the channel, we are independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrators based in the UK. So if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, or the Netherlands, you'll be able to purchase current Stampin' Up! Products from our online shop. We do a live stream a couple of times a week. So it's worth subscribing to our channel if you want to see card making and papercraft inspiration using Stampin' Up! Products.
Yes,
Yes, and we do have a new moderator on our channel, Krista at the Stamping Nook. So thank you, Krista. She'll be looking after the comments, and if you have any questions, just tag at Krista and you'll see her name. And also do support Krista on her debut of her YouTube channel as well, and subscribe to her channel um, to see what she shares on her yeah channel
yes.
channels.
We've put you on the spot now, Krista.
Yes.
You're going
So
to have to do it.
yes. So before we start, we'll just see how many people is in. We have Mandy. Hello, Connie. Ooh, Paris is.
Sorry, I haven't even got the competition
Oh,
set
okay.
up yet.
Caroline, Sue, thank you so much. Don't forget to add your comment, and you'll be put into the random draw at the end of this live stream. If you are watching the replay, do add in a comment as well, and you'll be put onto the random draw next time. So whilst Barry is setting up, we have a couple of projects to show you, which went live on Friday for the Global Stampin' Video Hub. So this one is a treat box, and it actually holds a lovely chocolate inside. And again, using Freezin Fun and the rabbit, which Barry is actually gonna do today. But I've given him random colors to color his rabbit.
I said to Jay, you pick the colours tonight, get the blends out for me, and he's given me a random variety. Sorry, I'm just getting the comments
Yeah.
ready for the
That's fine.
competition.
And this one is a matching card. So Barry actually used the Memories and More card pack for this. It's actually a lovely size. It's not as tall as the note card, which I think I prefer.
Yeah.
So this one fits the Memories and More's card packs as well. So you can create quick and easy cards just using those elements. But this one using the penguin, and there'll be something coming out next week for the Spot Creative Challenge from me using the penguins.
It's pretty. Is that the one which...
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, it's pretty.
I might
It's nice.
I might show you a sneak peek later, but we got a couple of sneak peeks that's coming up on the channel as well. But this one is the actual video that is on our channel. Cool. Are you done? Are
I
you
am ready, yes.
Okay.
So we're going to pick a winner now for this one here, for the second card. For this one, you're going to have to hold the card
Yeah.
and not Tommy.
I'm trying not to make him fall because he'll scratch me. There you go.
So there we go. So the winner of this card, the second card we made, is...
Good luck, everyone.
Going to be... Who is it?
Susan Mitchell.
Mitchell. Susan, if you want to message us, send us an email to barryandj@mitosucrafts.com, and we will pop that in the post to you as soon as possible.
Yes, congratulations, Susan. And yes, do pop in a comment, so then you'll be put into the random draw for the end of this live stream.
Excellent. Lovely.
Yes.
All right, so I'm not going to show... Should I show what I'm actually going to create?
It's up there. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So this is the card I'm going to create this evening. Okay, so we're going to have a little go at doing this. No, but we're going to have a little bit of fun with the background. So we're going to do some techniques with the embossing folder. And then I'll probably just ask you what one you want me to use, and then we'll use that. And then if the winner doesn't like it, then it's... yeah.
You don't have to message us.
You don't have to message us. So good. All right then.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
So let's flip you round, and then let's crack on. Good. All right. So let me just give myself a little bit of room here. No, Denise, we've only just started. We've only been on 6 minutes, so our clock's changed yesterday or today, so we're an hour later for you probably now. Yes, so this is the new time. So this is the time we'll be live on Wednesday and a Sunday every week. So I don't know what time that's different for all of you. So take note. Right. What I've got myself some Whisper White Thick. I have got myself some normal Whisper White. Got myself some vellum. And I've got myself some of the Snowflake Splendor Designer Series paper. So remember, currently at the moment, this is 10%, no, 15% discounts. So if you like it, throughout the month of October, you can grab it and save yourself a little bit of cash as well at the same time. Remember, for all orders over £50 and you use the host code, which is on our website, we'll also give you a packet of gilded gems free of charge as well. Jay will get those out for me very soon.
We keep saying, I'm going to get it out now.
That's why I mentioned it. All right, so I'm going to cut down my Whisper White Thick for my card base, which is going to be 14.6 centimetres. And I'm going to score that at 10.5. So this is just our standard. This is the Mitosu Craft standard anyway. Pop that to one side. And I'm going to actually use the other part now. So you can normally get two card bases out of one Whisper White Thick. Now I'm going to use the other Whisper White Thick for my embossing. I'm quite enjoying embossing on Whisper White Thick at the moment because it's just got a little bit more stability on it and doesn't crack sometimes, especially with the more detailed ones. So Whisper White, if you'll find sometimes your embossing folders crack the paper, go use a thicker bit of cardstock. So I'm going to cut this down to, I'm going to trim this, so which is at 9.5 centimetres. No, I'm not. I'm going to cut that down to 13.6 centimetres. I nearly messed up. Then I want to do it at 9.5. I would actually need another bit of Whisper White Thick, please, Jay, actually, because I'm going to be doing 3 lots of embossing, but I've only got 2 over here. Yeah. So there is my... I need to change my blade.
Where did you put the thick?
It's over there somewhere. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some stamping first, and so I can let the ink dry. So I'm going to, because I'm colouring in blends, I'm going to stamp in Memento. Just going to bring that over. This feels very far away today. That's it, that's a bit better. So that's stamp. I'm loving this stamp set, mate. It spent ages on the shelf and didn't do much. I thought I must get round to playing with it, and we've not stopped playing with it since for ages. It's just a great stamp set. There's just so many different possibilities with it, and if you enjoy colouring, it's great for that as well. So there we go. So they can just dry up for a moment. Good. You can see the colours Jay's given me to work with. I've got Highland Heather, I've got Petal Pink, Just Jade, and Ivory. So we're going very non-traditional colours again, so different colours, which is good. Takes me out of my comfort zone. So they're just going to go to one side just to dry for a moment, and then we'll come back to doing those in a second.
It's a colour challenge for you.
It's a colour challenge for me, yes. So I'm just going to cut myself another bit of Whisper White Thick at the 13.6 because I want to do a couple of bits of embossing with you, just to show you some techniques. We have done it a couple of weeks ago on a video, so you may have seen it already, but it's always a fun one to revisit. good. There we go. So I have got 3 pieces here, all cut to 13.6 by 9.5, so 1 centimetre smaller than my card base itself, so to give me a nice even border around the outside. And we are going to be using the lovely Winter Snow embossing folder. So this is a standard embossing folder. So it's one of the thinner ones. So you don't need any special adapter plates for this particular one. And I'm just going to bring in the Suki. Let's bring you up a little bit. There you go, you can see the mess. And we are going to pop this in. So with the Suki we take away number 2. And I'm just going to do this as plain. So it's just going to go in first of all. And we're just going to go down and just do this normal. Just so you can see it as is. Just doing it nice and slow so it doesn't wobble too much, but it still wobbles. We need to find a better way for our camera.
Is the table wobbly?
No, it's just... So that's what that looks like right there. So a nice snowflake background. So, but we want to have a bit of fun with the embossing folder. So I have got myself... Let's bring you back down again. Got myself a bit of paper. Gonna get the embossing folder. And I brought my sponge brayers back out again. Loving the sponge brayers. So this is them right there. So that's that. So product number 141714, if you're interested in those. Really, really good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sponge brayer onto the embossing folder. 2 colours I'm using is Seaside Spray and Pool Party. Because I wanted it to be subtle. I didn't want to choose colours which were going to be too bold, so I've gone for quite a light colour. And that's that. So I'm just going to use a clean sponge head. So when changing these sponge heads over, you can wash them, but obviously you will get staining. But once you've washed them, they're dry, you just pop them out and then you pop another one in like so. So you get 2 arms and 4 sponges in one pack. Okay, so that's how you go about changing those over. And what I'm going to do is, depending on what side you want, so with the embossing folders, the side which has got the Stampin' Up logo here is the part which is going to give you the raise, so it's going to give you the embossed side. So the other one is going to be your debossed side. So let's say the one which has got the Stampin' Up Made in China is the back, and the Stampin' Up logo is the front. So depending on what side you want to have inked will depend on what side you want to ink up. I want the raised part, so the embossed side, to be inked up. So I'm just going to grab my folder on a bit of paper, and I'm just going to pick up some ink. So I'm just literally just running this across, and it's going to be very light. This isn't going to make much of it. It's just going to be very subtle, which is kind of what I want. I don't want nothing too overpowering, because I don't want it to detract from the actual focal point of the card, which is the image and sentiment. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to transfer this ink over. You're going to look at it and go, it's not doing nothing, and it's going to look like I'm not doing nothing at all. But just trust it, it is going onto it. So the more you do it, the darker it's going to get. And just try and move around that folder just to evenly distribute the ink. And I'm starting with a lighter colour ink as well for a reason, because then that way I don't need to clean it in between, because if I go from lighter to darker, I'm not going to contaminate the darker ink. Whereas if I went from dark to light, you're going to run the risk of contamination. So that's why I'm starting off with a lighter ink and not worrying about cleaning in between. So that's got some ink on it now. Let's bring in the Suki once more.
You got it?
Yeah. Okay, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. I keep forgetting that. I bring the machine in, and then you can't actually see what I'm doing. So I'm going to pop it in the back side here where I want to position it, and then I'm going to.
Is that the non-inked?
This is on the non-inked side. Good call, Jay. So yeah, on the back side, the non-inked side, and then I'm going to then bring this down. And I'm going to push firmly down. So I'm pinching so that doesn't move. Bring in my Suki. Still pinching so it doesn't move. It's very important that you try and be firm with it so it doesn't move. And then push the plate on top of it. All the time making sure it doesn't move, and then we run it through again. And then basically what we're doing is we are now going to push that ink from the embossing folder into the paper. And ta-da! There we go. Can you see that? If I show you a comparison, there's two. So it's very, very subtle, but it just it makes the snowflakes go white as well, because you've inked up the background. It just gives a little bit of contrast between the two. So I think that you can see that ever so slightly on the camera. It's not much. It's very, very subtle, but you can see it to the naked eye. It's very, very, yeah, Carol, very, very soft. So that's a lighter colour. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a slightly darker colour. And like I said, because I did it the lightest first, I'm not too concerned about the cleaning side of things. Oh, there goes Alexa. Alexa's been playing up today. I've been recording this morning, and you'd say a certain word, and she would then go off on one. So let's pop that to one side. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the Seaside Spray. So this is a slightly, yes, makes the snowflakes pop. Now it was going to pop even more with the slightly darker colour. So the same thing. I'm going to grab a new brayer. I'm going to then transfer some of this ink over onto this. So I wasn't concerned by the contamination, but I would be the other way around. Because I think instantly you can see this is a darker colour. So have some fun. I think they call this I think it's called the letterpress technique. I think is the correct terminology for it. What was that, Jay? You think we've done one?
I think there's a video of ours.
Yes,
the letterpress technique,
we did do.
Embossing
I think I actually used. Yeah, I've done it with this one here as well. And I used the evergreen forest embossing folder. So there we go. So I've now transferred that over. Let's grab my blank, putting it on the uninked side. Push down and pinch and keep it there. So pinch and keep. Let's bring in the Suki. Bring in the plates. And we'll run this one through the embossing folder. Run this through the embossing machine. So this is the Seaside Spray, which we are using for this one. That's it. Jay's just commented. That's it. Good, Jay.
Thanks.
Thought he was slacking. So there we go, and then let's have a little look. And you can see this one definitely pops that little bit more. So there we go. So you've got the Seaside Spray, you've got the white, and then you can then see, let's do it in between. You might be able to see the difference there. Okay, that's it. That's picking up. So you can see the difference between, there you go, it's just focused. So you can see the difference between those three there. So it just makes a difference. So it's a fun way of using your embossing folders. So letterpress technique, grab yourself some sponge brayers because it gives you a nice soft texture. It's a nice even texture it gives you across the embossing folders. You can do it, I've seen people do it where they will go straight to the embossing folder with the ink pads. That's going to be really, really intense. So, but it works. So have a play. What's that, Steph? So I talked someone through how to use the embossing folder without a die machine today, and she was impressed with the outcome. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can do it without a die cutter machine. You can kind of like almost use them like a bit of a stamp. So you could ink them up and then use them as a bit of a stamp as well. That will work. Let's just have a play. Let's see. I'm not going to do it too much, but I'm going to do it on a bit of copy paper and see what happens. So there's lots of different things you can do. So you don't necessarily need to have an embossing machine to do this. Obviously they're designed for embossing machines. Let's have a bit of copy paper. And you can do all sorts as well. So just by pushing that down onto a bit of copy paper, obviously you would probably use a bit of Whisper White as well.
And rolling pin.
And a rolling pin, yes. Did somebody else say rolling pin? Yeah, rolling pin. Just give it a little bit of pressure.
Or a block.
Or a block. Jay's going to get me a block.
We do have rolling pin.
We do.
Barry likes baking. I don't.
So a little bit of pressure. Let's see. It's very subtle. Obviously, you would use a roll, you would use things, but you do get some. Obviously, I would probably use a stronger colour if you're doing this, but you do get a little bit of an impression from this as well. So it's another way. It's another way of using your embossing folders and to give you a different, subtle technique in the background. So have a play. There's lots you can do apart from embossing with your machine. So good. There we go. So now I'm going to put it to you. What one do you want me to use? So we're going to create a background. So we're going to have it that way. We're going to have, so we've got the soft sea foam. No, we've got Seaside Spray, sorry. Then we got Pool Party, which is that one there. Or we can have it plain white. Bear in mind the winner will get whatever we pick. So get your votes in. Let me know what one you want me to use. And we're going to do some colouring now. So the colouring, so Jay has given me just Jade, Petal Pink, Ivory and Highland Heather. So we're going to go with some Ivory first, and I'm going to just colour in the skis.
Seaside Spray's winning.
Is it really? Oh yeah, no, actually, Paul,
The darker one, yeah.
The darker one.
You sounded so surprised.
I did. So you've got me colouring tonight, so you're going to get the colouring, the simplified version of colouring. And yeah, can I just have a darker colour, Jay? Just a very, the bronze maybe, just so I can add a little bit of shadow.
Here you go.
Or a grey.
Did I not give you greys?
No, you didn't give me grey.
Have a grey.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Just want a grey because I just want to add smoky slate because I just want to add a little bit of shadow around his bum and
take this away.
And then we'll just blend it out. Just grounds him a little bit. So that's the one. And then I am going to, we are having a petal pink bunny today. So I've been doing, so I would normally go with the light and then go in with dark. Now I've been practicing, been playing recently, and I've started going with the dark and then going to the light. Because I find it gives you, the dark stay darker. So I'm just going to go around first where I want some of the...
Can you zoom in?
There we go.
Yay.
So I've gone around with the dark where I want some of the dark, the creases to be. So I'm not like Jay with colouring, so I'm just gonna. This is the this is the everyday colouring, and then I'm gonna go in with the lights, and then you kind of like as you're going over with the light, you then reach the dark parts, but you just kind of blend it out a little bit, and then it's just a little bit softer. I found. So I've always been the other way.
I'm just watching your corner. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, sorry if you've been doing comments. Jay's just been watching me colour. And around like that. Just concentrate a little bit on the areas where the blending is. Now if I want to, I can then go in again with the dark and then just darken these down a fraction. Just give them a darker belly. And then we'll just grab the lights again and just blend it out. So nice and simple. And then we're going to go with a Highland Heather scarf. So I'm going to go with the dark one. I'm just kind of putting a, oh, make sure you come in. Line, dark line at the top, or wherever you want it. That's where I've been doing it anyway. And then I come back in with the lights. And then blend these out. And then just spending a bit of time just over the join, the seam basically, because the alcohol kind of like you need to let the alcohol do its job, blend into the paper and then smooth it out. So if you're finding that you're not getting a smooth blend, it might be because you're not blending it out enough, and you will get it. It will seep through to the back. So make sure that you're not doing it on a surface which is expensive, or you don't want to get damaged.
Or have something underneath.
Or have something underneath, so a bit of paper underneath. So I'm just going to go back over with my dark again a little bit more and just dabbing that in. And then just, you right?
Yeah.
Dre's got a habit of making noises. Going, ooh, whoops. and leaves it like that. He was cutting my hair earlier on, and then I get a whoops, and I think you can't do that whilst you're cutting my hair. Whoops, oop. And he doesn't say nothing. He just leaves it like that, and I think, "Seb, what? What's happened?"
I'm stroking your head. It's fine.
I still haven't looked properly. So. So there we go. So really, really simple colouring, but so
You won't see it anyways.
no, that's it. So if you see something in the camera that my hair looks odd, it's because Jay's gone whoops. So I'm gonna grab my dark blend, and just underneath the trees.
What colour is it?
This is just jade. Underneath the trees where you would kind of get a bit of a shadow. Just draw a little line, and then I grab the light one, colour that in. And then spend a little bit of time just on the join, just to blend it in. You kind of with the alcohol blends, you need to let it soak in. The whole idea of it is to get the paper wet and kind of saturate it a little bit and go over it and saturate the cardstock, and let the liquid do what it's designed to do. Let's come in with a dark one again. But you do need to be careful. If you oversaturate it, you will bleed out past the lines. So you'll just need to practice and kind of learn how much you need to do. So my tip would be what Jay told me to do. Just colour, get some things out and just colour. If it goes wrong, you know what we've wasted is a little bit of cardstock and obviously some ink from your blends. They're not that expensive to rebuy again if you really run out of them. But to be honest with you, we use our blends an awful lot, and we've only had to replace a couple. So there we go. Let's bring that in. Okay, so simple colouring for you here. Lovely. Let's move on. Actually, I'm going to do something else because I saw this on one of Jay's cards, and I quite liked it. So I'm going to grab the grey, and I'm going to see whether or not I can replicate this. I'm going to do a little bit of a shadow. That's Jay kidding. He's doing hear him in the background. And a little bit of grey on the edges of these trees. Like that, I think gives it a nice little. The only reason I've done that is on my prototype I actually pinched one of Jay's colouring ones. I didn't colour it.
Did you nick mine?
Yes. It was lying around. I thought, okay, I can use that for colouring.
Fine. That's what it's there for. I don't bin it.
No, we don't. Well, sometimes we just colour, and then we put them in a little baggie inside the. We've got a little bag inside the. Oh, would help if you could see it because I'm zoomed in, aren't I? So a little bag inside the stamp sets. When we colour and cut something out, we then just pop it in here, and then we can then just go to it. So that's what we do, and that's what I did with the prototype. I pinched his colouring. Oh, the nose needs a little pop of colour.
Yes.
Oh yes, it does. Oh, what colour do we want to pop there?
Flirty flamingo.
Okay, Jay's going to give me flirty flamingo. Well done, Krista.
And Philip.
And yeah, somebody else, and Philip. I'm actually going
You
to.
do the paws as well.
I'm just going to do the paws now. Should I do those in flirty flamingo as well?
Yeah,
Well, no, I know it's wearing gloves, so you can have gloves matching the matching the.
He's wearing gloves.
Well, the colours I'm using, this is she really, isn't it? So I suppose so she can have matching gloves and boots. that's that. Okay. A dark pink, flirty flamingo. There you go. So that's those two right there. We are now going to do some die cutting.
You want me to die cut, or are you gonna die cut?
Actually, yeah, Jay, you can. No, I'll do the die cutting because I've got nothing to do otherwise. I'll die cut these.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know where the dies are.
I put it next to you. Oh, see behind the
You see,
laptop.
he's done what I do and put things behind the laptop. So let's bring it up again so you can just see a little bit more.
Just warn people when you move the camera.
Okay, sorry. Moving camera.
It's already done. Yes, Krista, guys can wear pink and purple too.
Yes. Oh, and that's what you want to be careful of. Oh. It would help if I actually use it the correct way. I'm trying to cheat.
What are you trying to do?
I'm not putting the plate in correctly. I'm not.
Did you want the magnetic plate?
Oh dear, oh dear. Let's make sure I get the correct sandwich together. It's because I've been embossing. I've got the wrong sandwich down.
What do you always tell me? Look at the base plate. It's got the instructions.
Read the instructions. Yes, a bit of washi tape would work as well. So that's that one there. And we will do the tree. One there. So there we go, there's all my bits done. Now what I'm also going to do is the bit at the bottom here, so this part, I'm going to create myself a hill. So I'm going to cut out my slope. So this is a lovely, it's a double-edged slope. So that's going to go in. And I want it to be higher one end and then lower the other ends. But enough room so I can get a sentiment in the bottom down here as well. So what was the winner on the background?
Seaside spray.
Seaside spray. So there is my snowy hill. Put that to one side. And whilst I've got this out as well, I'm going to grab myself some vellum, and I've got myself the stitched ovals. And on the vellum, I can't grab my stitched oval. There it is there. So I've got one which I'm going to cut out in the vellum.
It's not. It's from the
Stitched shapes. Sorry, yeah, it's a stitched oval, but the actual product comes with ovals, squares, and circles. So it's a stitched shapes. So that's that one there. And then I'm going to take myself a bit of designer series paper. So from the Snowflake Splendor suite, and I'm going to cut down. So this is, because they're layering, it's one of the next ones down. And then I'm going to cut that one. So the Snowflake Splendor paper is actually perfect for backgrounds. It's really, really nice. I just love it because it's messy, it's inky, it lends itself to backgrounds perfectly. And that's that one right there. Sometimes for a background you don't want it to be too perfect. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. But I like messy, I like the messy inky backgrounds. So which is why I'm really loving this paper. So good, we have got those two there. So we've got all our elements coming together. So let's grab some glue. And we're just going to pop some glue on the back of the DSP and then layer that on the vellum. Like that. Obviously this is all going to get covered over, it's going to get stuck down, so it doesn't matter, it's going to get seen. It's not going to get seen, so glue until your heart's content. And it just gives a nice kind of like muted tone. And that's good. So that will end up going like so. We will have a tree here, we will have bunny here, and we will have another tree over here. So I will now grab my sentiment. So the sentiment I'm using is "'Tis the Season to be Freezin'." And that's going to go right here. Let's just bring you down. I'm going to move the camera down a fraction. There we go. So inking this up with Memento, and we're going to pop that in down there. So that's that. Good. So it's construction time now. So it's kind of, we've had a bit of fun playing. Now is the time to construct it. So I think we decided, I think the clear winner was the darker one. So the Seaside Spray, which was that one, which is one. So that there is going to go onto the background. Can I have the bone fold, please, Joe?
Do you not have
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So I'm just going to give myself a nice crisp edge. And we will stick this down flat onto the cardstock. Yes, Donna, get this set out. Because I said earlier on, it sat on our shelf for a little while actually, whilst we were working our way through everything else. And we haven't been able to stop playing with it yet. And I love a stamp set which you just keep returning to. So many different ideas. It's the same. Another one for us is the poinsettia petals. That's one which I can't stop using as well, especially the dies. So just having that blue on there just makes it. It's not too in your face. It's not too strong. It's just subtle enough that it just makes those snowflakes pop off that page. So that's down flat. This is one thing I forgot to do, was cut this down to size. So just need to grab my trimmer and my glue. So it was 13.6. So I just need to make sure I take this to, this is where I need to be careful because I should have done this before I'd stamped the sentiment. So I need to make sure now I get my placement correct.
Cut it from the bottom.
Yeah. Obviously you've got, no I can't. No, I'll have to do it from the top. I'm going to have to be very careful on this and get it straight. 13.6. I'm using a line here. Yeah, I'm using a line here to get it nice and straight, and then I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to take 1/2 mil off from this side here. Sorry, I should have done this first. I forgot that I made it too big and I needed to cut it down. But this is what you would do if you make these little mistakes. You just want to eyeball it. So I've got that in a position where I'm happy with, so I just now need to take the 5 mil off this side here, which is now easy. I can take this down to 13.6 and then cut it. So this is one of the good things about this trimmer as well, is you've got the lines, the grid lines, so if you can't, you can position it straight wherever you want. The reason I couldn't do it at the bottom is because the ruler at the bottom only goes up to 12.3 centimeters, and I needed it at 13.6 because it then goes into this, which is why I couldn't. So anything less than that, I would have used a bottom ruler to have worked that out. So now that there is going to be the perfect size for that. Oops. So we will stick this down flat. So I'm trying to make it postage friendly as well. I am going to be using a little bit of dimensionals, but I don't want to double dimension, because otherwise it doesn't become postage friendly at that point. So that's down like that. I'm gonna grab a tree and we will stick one over this side here. That goes on like that. Pop that to one side, and then let's construct this part here. So we want, that's going to go on like that. So I want to have my bunny. Coming down the slope, but on the, so it can go there. And then we'll take this other tree and then we'll just tuck this tree behind. So I'm actually nearly finished. So if you want to win this card, make sure you get your comments in, as I know a lot of you already have. But if you haven't, you've still got time to do it. And somebody will win this card. Just tuck that behind like that. To finish this off now, then all I will do is pop some dimensionals on the back of dimensionals, and I'm going to use some of these snowflake sequins, adhesive backed snowflakes, sorry, to add another little bit of bling. So have you enjoyed this? Have we inspired you to do some colouring, get this set out? I think we have by some of the comments I've seen you using. I'm sure Jay's put the links up, but if you'd like to see, if you like anything you see us using and you live within France, Germany, Netherlands, Austria and obviously the UK, you can purchase any of the Stampin' Up supplies from us. And Jay's just going to pop the link up to our online shop. And there we go. You could bling this up. You could get some Winker Stella on there as well, if you wanted to really, really make it snowy. I think I might need to kill a little bit of time, so whilst Jay comes over.
Oh, okay.
So that's fine. So I will bling this up. So we're going to pop a couple of these snowflakes here. And the other one down there. If I just grab myself a Winker Stella. And we would then just bling up that tree. Like that. And these Winker Stellas last ages as well. And let's have a little bit of Frosty Skis. And a little bit of frost bling on her scarf. And there we have it. And that's that. So you can see the bling. Is that catching? Yeah, there you go. The light's just catching it now. There we go. So the original was this one. So that's with the white, plain white embossed background. And then you've got the one which we did the letterpress technique, which was this one right there. So we're going to be giving away this one here tonight. And we will give this one away on Wednesday evening. So,
everyone's name.
yeah, Jay is going to come over and we're going to show you some sneak peeks now. But whilst we get ourselves set up for this one, Jay's going to, well, I'm going to show you this one. Now, I've made a video for this one today. This is a video coming soon. So it's another gift box, but it is a napkin fold gift box. Okay. So if you want to find out how this is done, I've actually made a video for this one. It has been edited, it has been ready to go, and it will be uploaded to YouTube tonight, and hopefully will be ready to viewing in a couple of days' time. So there we go. So that's another box, napkin fold box. Good. All right. I'm just waiting for Jay now.
Yeah. Cool. I'm here.
He's here, and I'm going to now get the winner ready.
Yes. So whilst Barry is, ooh, sorry, I kicked the table. So this is lovely, isn't it? So Barry's got another. You've done a video for this one.
I haven't done a video for that one, but I'm going to do a video for that.
Another project coming up on our channel soon is this lovely shaker card using the still scenes and the shaker dome, and this one's got vellum on it, and it is a it's stuck together easel card, and you can actually put a battery tea light inside there, and it'll be, hopefully you can see it okay like that. So it's got the snowflake, I can't remember the name of it, but it's the shaker things. It's lovely.
The snowflake sequins.
Sequins. What's the plural of sequin? Is it sequins? Anyway, that's one. That's lovely, and it folds down. It is
I need to adjust the measurements slightly.
on there, but you can create a box.
And I want to make a box for that one.
That's good. And then this is what I was talking about, a sneak peek of next week's project for the Spot Creative Challenge with the penguins. So hopefully you like those, and check out our blog and subscribe to our channel.
Excellent. So Jay gave them to me, but I'm just going to get them out. These are what you will get free of charge if you place an order with us over £50. So we will give these to you when you use for October. And if you use the host code. So if you want to find out what the current host code is each month, you'll find the current one on our website.
Cool.
Okay. So we are going to pick a winner now for this one right here. Turn you round.
Good luck, everyone.
Jay's going to hide my mess. And
What
the winner
mess?
is going to be... Who is it?
Maureen. Congratulations.
Maureen, that card is going to be working its way over to you. Good.
Yes, congratulations, Maureen. Email us at barryandj@mitosocrafts.com to let us know that you'd love to receive the card with your details, please. Thank you.
Good. Excellent. All right, so we will be picking a winner for this one, the same one but the white one, on Wednesday.
Yes,
So get your comments in down below after this video has ended to be entered into that draw on Wednesday.
Cool. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and we'll see you again soon.
See you later. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.